just going to be joined shortly by Joshua Bradley Hurst, Sun's goalkeeper, who's unfortunately been injured since signing here at the Rock.
Right, well, Joshua, first of all, thank you very much for coming up and joining us here, and it's good to meet you because we haven't had a chance to see you out in the pitch yet. So, I mean, first of all, tell us about the injury, what happened, and what your current situation is.
Basically, it's frustrating, to be fair, because I joined in about January and then we had the suspension, and while we were off, picked up a niggle in my knee, and then it just kept happening again. I kept feeling it, and I got a scan and it came back that I had torn part of my cartilage. I had to get just removed with a surgery, which I had 2 weeks ago today, so it's feeling good now, and hopefully it'll be back in quick from now on.
How are you, or when are you hoping to be back? I take it will be the new season whenever that starts. Is that, is that me being optimistic, or will it be a wee bit long?
No, a surgery I had, it was another matter. I was out for a number of weeks, and then I got a phone call after that saying that there was a position available for me, and I was delighted, and yeah, that's where I am now.
Talk me through how difficult that is when you go from being, you would have been full time down at Birmingham City, to go from that to being clubless in the middle of a pandemic when it's so difficult to get opportunities. How tough was that?
It was hard, to be fair, because a lot of players that good players that I've played with have gone on and done really well, and it's difficult seeing them and thinking, a couple of years ago I was playing with them, but it is what it is, and I think everything happens for a reason. So taught me a good lesson working. It taught me that I need to try and work as hard as I can. I don't ever want to have to go back to that again. But now it was a good learning curve for me, and hopefully put me in good stead for the future.
Now, it's interesting that you mentioned players you played with there, because we were talking about it before the game. Did you play with Jude Bellingham at Birmingham City?
Yeah, I played with Jude Bellingham for 2 years. The first year he played with me under 18s, and the second year he played over 45 games in the Championship. And yeah, he's just best player I've ever seen. You can't describe his attitude, his ability, everything about him. I mean, it just says it for himself. The other night, playing against, taking the ball off at Ederson in the Champions League, I mean, that's it. That's all you have to say, really.
Talk to me about that goal then, right? So you've got your keeper's hat on, you're maybe going to bail out Ederson here, but was that the correct decision to disallow it, do you think?
Nah, definitely not. He'll be gutted as well, because that would have been his first Champions League goal. So fair play to him, man. He's a top player and he deserves everything he's had, and played with a number of other good players as well, and they're all doing well. So that was good to see people I've played with progressing on.
How did the move to Birmingham come about? Because I think you'd been at Celtic before that, and obviously it's a big move. You're obviously Scottish, so I take it you were living up here and then had to move down south. What's the situation?
Well, I do have English family. My dad's side's all English, and I was at Celtic for about 11 years, and under 16s it didn't quite work out for me, and I got offered a couple of trials down south, and one of them was Birmingham City, and I was there for about 2 weeks, and I'd done well, and they offered me, and I wanted a change of environment and challenge, and it was good because I was living myself and with a mate, and it was good learning curve, like everything, like even going out on loan to different parts of the country, taking like trains up and down England myself. Like, it was good for me. It was good, like, life skills that I would learn. It's helped me. But yeah, no, it was a great experience, and I wouldn't have changed it if I could go back.
Tell me a wee bit about, you would have had experience, I'm guessing, working with some of the senior goalkeepers there at Birmingham. Tell me a wee bit about that. I think David Stockdale was one that John Sartain had mentioned off air, who was a bit of an influence on you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's great, Stocky, and also Tomasz Kuszczak. I don't know if you're familiar. Both of them weren't playing at the time. They'd fallen out with the manager, so they were in training with the 18s every day, and it was like having an additional 2 coaches beside you. Everything they would stop you and they'd talk you through it. And talking to Tomasz Kuszczak as well, I mean, the players he played with at United, like, he's talking about like the top players constantly training, like, after sessions and stuff, and it was good. Like, I mean, it was like being with 3 goalie coaches a session, like learning so much from them, and they're good people, and I've learnt a lot from them.
I love the fact you said, do you know Tomasz Kuszczak there, like he was some sort of unknown.
He was training with us, and he's a big name as well, like he's played in the Premier League and stuff, and yeah, when I was there, I was fortunate enough to train with him, because he'd fallen out with the manager and he'd been put down to train with the younger, and he was there every day, and yeah, it was good to be around that type of presence. I mean, yeah, he was a good player.
Moving on from Champions League winners to Scottish League One, what have you made of the first half performance? Because where we've stood, it's been as entertaining a game as I think we've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, no, it's good to be 1-up. It was a bit frantic end to end, but good to come in at 1-0 up. It was a good goal, and hopefully we can go on progress, take 3 points from today.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Josh, and I hope. Well, is it Josh or Joshua? Just so I know for sure.
I don't mind, to be honest. Josh, yeah.
What one would your mum prefer that I called you though?
My mother calls me Joshua, so I don't mind, to be honest. But yeah.
Mrs. Bradley Hurst, it'll be Joshua from now on. You don't need to worry about that. Cheers, Josh, for joining us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.